Over the past couple of weeks, I've been neck deep in every AI video generator I could get my hands on. And honestly, it was a wild ride. There's this massive tidal wave of tools popping up right now, and most of them either promise the moon or flat out underdeliver. So I decided to cut through the noise and focus on the handful that actually move the needle, the ones truly worth your time. I tested 5 standout models under identical conditions so we'd have a clean baseline to compare quality, motion, and overall usefulness. I'll walk you through what each one does well, where they stumble, and how you can realistically use them in your content workflow. To keep things fair, every single model got the same testing prompt, a mythical creature moving through a dense forest. Texture heavy, lots of organic motion. This prompt really stresses both animation and realism. I ran everything through a single hub, so switching between models was painless, and that's important for fast testing. If you ever wonder what to do with the outputs, that's where tools like Vizard become a game changer, but more on that later. First up, Sora 2, which is basically the Rolls-Royce of current generators. Frames look cinematic, textures read like they were shot on a real camera, and motion obeys the laws of the real world. When you need polish, legit film level polish, Sora 2 really nails it every single time. The trade-off is the cost, as it is substantially more expensive than most of the other options available right now. If you're producing a single hero asset for a big campaign, Sora 2 is definitely worth that investment. But if you're iterating, testing formats, or producing high volume, burning credits on dozens of variations isn't practical. Also, Sora 2 is just a generation tool. It doesn't care about scheduling your post or taking a 30-minute video and making clips. Next, Kling 2.6, which is the budget-friendly workhorse made by a team that's very aggressive on updates. It leans into stylized visuals really well. Think playful, expressive, almost Pixar adjacent when you ask for it. For my prompt, Kling gave me bouncy, exaggerated motion that felt intentionally cinematic in a fun way. But Kling's real strength is cost. You can iterate fast without worrying about your budget. The downside is that when you push Kling for strict photorealism, you sometimes get artifacts or that telltale AI smoothness. Still, for creators who are experimenting and need to pump out a lot of content on a tight budget, Kling is a solid pick. Then there's Google V3 from DeepMind, which sits in the sweet spot of better motion and lighting than most. It is exceptional at realistic camera work, like natural dolly moves and a clean audio pipeline. For the forest creature, it gave a beautifully lit, cinematic interpretation that felt very professional. Where V3 falls short is playful, imaginative stylization. It's not really trying to be Pixar. Wan 2.6 is interesting because it's optimized for human motion and multi-shot storytelling. It was especially good at keeping facial expressions consistent and giving me multiple angles in a single generation. Limitations? A touch of that AI smoothness in close-ups and slightly lower fidelity than top-tier cinematic models. Last of the generators I tested is LTX2, which is built for pro work. 4K, high FPS, and utterly clean renders. If you're making an ad or a product hero shot that needs to look like it came off a production stage, LTX2 delivers. The movement was buttery because you can push high frame rates out of it, which is perfect for slow motion needs. The catch? Cost and throughput, because it's designed for high quality single outputs rather than fast iteration. Okay, so you've seen the landscape, different tools for different needs, from uncompromised polish to playful, cheap iterations. But most creators don't stop at a single video, and the real challenge is turning one long recording into a steady stream of viral clips. And that's where Vizard becomes the missing piece in this workflow. Think about it. You can spend credits to create a gorgeous 30-second scene, but the real win is extracting the 10 moments that will perform. Vizard doesn't replace these generators. It complements them by turning your own camera recordings into platform-ready shorts automatically. First, auto-editing viral clips. Vizard analyzes a long video and identifies the moments most likely to go viral. It's not guessing. It's pattern recognition trained on what actually works on platforms like TikTok and Reels. So instead of manually scrubbing through an hour of footage to find 3 good clips, you get a batch of ready-to-post pieces. Second, auto-schedule. You don't want to babysit posting times every day, so Vizard will quietly fill the calendar with clips. Third, content calendar. This isn't just a scheduler. It's a workspace where you can review clips and tweak captions. Let me give a concrete workflow. Record a 45-minute tutorial, then upload the raw long form to Vizard. Vizard pulls dozens of short clips, highlights the ones with high engagement, and schedules them across your socials. You then use the high-quality generated assets from the AI tools as hero content, and use Vizard to feed your socials daily. The other tools don't offer that level of end-to-end repurposing, which is why Vizard is the bridge. It lets you scale content distribution and maintain creative consistency without burning out. A couple of practical notes. If you're low budget, pair Kling with Vizard to make lots of variants cheaply. If you want a polished campaign, generate hero shots with Sora or LTX2, then use Vizard to slice the long form into promos. Bottom line, pick the generator that fits your brief, but don't treat that as your full social strategy. Vizard turns the hours you already shoot into the daily touchpoints your audience needs. If you want to start testing this for yourself, try combining one of the high-quality generators for hero content with Vizard for lifecycle management. You'll create fewer one-off videos and instead build a steady, scalable pipeline that actually grows your channels. Alright, that's the roundup, and if you want, I can break this down into a step-by-step workflow video you can follow. Let me know which generator you're already using or curious about, and I'll map out a practical playbook for you in the next one.